Land in Lagos is our oil. Sanwo-Olu says as Lagos partners FHA on affordable housing. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has promised to support the Federal Housing Authority FHA with land, describing land as the state's own oil. This as the state and FHA have promised to collaborate to provide affordable housing for Lagos residents and Nigerians in the diaspora. Sanwo-Olu made the promise during a captive visit by the management of FHA, led by its managing director, Chief Executive Officer, Honorable Oyetunde Ojo, to his office in Marina. The governor charged the federal agency to hit the ground running once it got the approval. Land in Lagos is our oil. We will support you, but you must be ready to hit the ground running. Let your people work with the Lagos State Commissioner for Housing. The advantage that we have is that the market is here, Lagos. We will challenge you to change the skyline and try to have your footprint in as many parts of the country as possible, he said. The governor noted that his administration in the last 4.5 years has commissioned 18 different housing estate projects in different parts of the state aimed at reducing housing deficits in Lagos. He said, and I quote, "The Federal Housing Authority is known for opening new areas, new cities and corridors. We can see from Honorable Oyetunde Ojo Drive and move in the last couple of weeks that indeed you want to make a positive impact in your tenure. For us in Lagos, we know what the deficits are and are open for collaboration. In the last 4.5 years that we came into government, we have commissioned about 18 different housing estate projects in various numbers in different parts of the state. The citizens want shelter, and we have been very strategic and think out of the box to create housing solutions that would meet the needs of the citizens. The FHA vision sits with our objective, which is to be able to provide housing needs for various strata of the economy. We can collaborate. There are a lot of needs for negotiations that we can collaborate on. Speaking earlier, Ojo stated that affordable housing for Nigerians is key in the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. He said, "We want a synergy between the Federal Housing Authority and the Lagos State government because when it comes to housing, Lagos State is leading in housing models in West Africa. We want to learn that is why we need the synergy with the Lagos State government. President Tinubu must flag off and commission FHA housing project in Lagos State. We want people abroad to be secure in buying properties so that when they buy by installment, with the digitalization FHA is about to do the collaboration with the Diaspora Commission and Ministry of Tourism and the Lagos State government, our people abroad will be safe. We want a place where we'll partner and people overseas will be confident about it. Lagos, with a population estimated to be over 22 million, has a housing deficit rate of about 2.5 million. Well, if this actually works, I think it's going to help, because I am always saddened whenever I hear there's a demolition going on here because somebody bought land thinking that, the land is free, and then 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. In fact, oftentimes it comes in when you are actually not even suspecting that, the land where you buy or do I build on is what? Still be your own or government own. All your money in the drain. And oftentimes the end users are blamed for this, even when they do their own due diligence, as in to the best of their knowledge. You know how painful it is that you stay years abroad, and because of I don't want to hear super story of I give my brother money or I send money, they don't do it, then say make I do, let me do something somewhere, or you even give your family money, and then you want to have something different. And then, you contact people who, of course, you have seen their reviews, only for you to come back, settle in maybe 2 years later, or 3 years later, or 5 years later, or 10 years later, and you're hearing, this land, they stay for road, they go uproot your house, they go bring down your house. It's very devastating. So I want to believe that with this, the government is partnered with FHA. They would only be building houses where houses are supposed to be built. No super story will come and say, tomorrow, this thing, it is government's land, we have to. They should do their due diligence. Lately, a lot of people have died, a lot of people are in the hospital because the only thing they have, or their life investment, has been brought down. Sometimes this thing happen without compensation, and the thing is not even about the compensation. Imagine you toiling and toiling and building, and you're relaxing. You're at the stage where you just want to run your life on autopilot. You understand? You are not really working as I suppose. You don't retire. Maybe they can't do that kind of thing. No, that can destabilize you. Can destabilize the course of your life for a very long time. Of course, you have right to them. They are your bona fide property, but they seem useless when no one can build house or cultivate farm on them. It is only those with the money and with power who can make such investment. Think of Aswanpi, Alaba, Mendi, Ajegunle, Itire, Coconut, Badagry areas, and many like that latest Lagos State. By your actions, don't you think you're discouraging such people who have the courage and money to turn the swampy Lagos land into the oil you see? Okay. How can God bless Nigeria while we hate ourselves, demolish people's properties without full compensation? It is unforgettable. That is why I'm saying a lot of people might even still hesitate. You understand? They might hesitate. Some people, they have got their fingers burnt. There are people, whether you like it or not, each land they have bought in different areas, they'll come up with certain story and tell them, oh, years later. So it's like, I beg, make I just leave for person house so that even if they come say, oh yeah, this house is a government house, I go just carry my load, come out. Do you understand? Your Excellency, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, permit me to call your attention to the issue of electricity in regards to the deregulation. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. Idere, tell your House of Rep members to pass a motion to let everybody own their land and resources like Lagos. Lagos, out of its selfishness, has made it a duty to kill all the ports in Nigeria. With our ports in full operation and are all totally handed over to us, we will deal with corruption. Let Lagos also be given 13% revenue from the oil.